Hello everyone! Welcome to the Aqua Shop Wasabi Aquarium channel. Today, I want to guide you through the proper way to set up an aquarium tank and 3 things you shouldn't do. Every year around this time in early spring, a lot of people enjoy setting up a brand new aquarium display from scratch by themselves. Once in a while, I'm invited over to my customers' home to help them with their display, and I'm like, oh no, this needs a lot of help. When setting up an aquarium, many of them tend to focus too much on how to design the aquascape, but more important than that is how and where to place the aquarium in your house, as well as what kind of stand to place the aquarium on. So, when you don't get those aspects right, depending on the size of your aquarium, it's going to be a big hassle to redo them. So before you start anything on setting up the aquarium, I want to go through the basics of the basics with you regarding how to find the excellent location to place your aquarium. Also, as you probably guessed from the title of the video, I want to guide you through the 3 things not to do when setting up an aquarium. I hope this video will be helpful to you when you start setting up an aquarium. So here we go. The very first point I am going to talk about is how to find the perfect designated area to locate your aquarium. The second point is what to consider when positioning the tank. Last but not least is what kind of stand to place the aquarium on. I will go through these points one by one. So as I said, the location of your aquarium is an important element in regards to properly setting up your aquarium. You shouldn't let the aquarium sit in sunlight. The aquarium should be located where there is no sunlight at all, because otherwise it can lead to algae calling your aquarium home. This lighting equipment is enough for your aquatic plants and should be the only source of light for your planted aquarium. Direct sunlight really isn't necessary. Now, some may be wondering, doesn't direct sunlight help the aquatic plants to grow? Well, it does, but it also helps tons of algae to grow. So, keep your aquarium away from the window. Or, if you choose to place it by the window, make sure to keep the curtains drawn at all times. Another place to avoid placing your tank is your home entrance. I wouldn't say it's the worst place, but I wouldn't want it there. The reason is this: the breeze from the outside affects the temperature of your aquarium. In the winter, with the cold air flowing into the house from the entrance, it can make the water too cold. To keep the water temperature from dropping too low, the heater in your aquarium will have to be on full mode all the time. On the other hand, summer heat can raise the temperature too high and cause problems too. To avoid this, you may have to buy a cooler for your aquarium or use your air conditioner to cool the entrance area. So, to sum it up, I would recommend you to assign a spot where the temperature is relatively fixed and controlled for your aquarium. Now, I would like to go to the second point. Now, to the second point. The second not to do is the positioning of the aquarium. To keep some space between the wall and the aquarium is actually more important than many people may think. Regardless of whether you have a fish tank or a planted aquarium, if you don't keep enough space between the wall and the tank, it's very hard to reach your hand in and wipe the outside walls. Splashes of water can leave spots and make the glass cloudy. That will ruin your beautiful view of the aquarium from the front. Also, sometimes the fish may accidentally jump out of the aquarium. This, again, with little distance from the wall, it makes it very hard to pick up and save the fish. Of course, if you leave them there, they will sadly dry out and die. I have experienced finding little shrimps in the back that has dried out like a cracker. You don't want that to happen. So, to ease the maintenance and to keep the aquarium beautiful, make sure to keep some space between the aquarium and the wall. How much space should you keep? I would say enough space so that an arm of an adult can easily slide in to wipe the glass. Right now, as you can see, here the window shades are closed, but it's usually open so that I can reach the backside. I would say keep at least 15 centimeters or even more. It will never hurt to keep too much space. If you're unsure if you've left enough space, and if you have enough room, just give an extra space and you'll be good. Keeping this tip in mind will make maintenance of the tank a lot easier. Next to the third point. The third point is about the stand to sit your aquarium. I can't emphasize more. It's extremely important to use a stand that is especially designed to hold an aquarium. I know many people use metal shelves bought in hardware stores or shoe shelves and other furnitures as a substitute. Those are not designed to such hold heavy aquariums. In the worst case, the tabletop may bend and break the glass, causing the water in the aquarium to leak out. Of course, these furnitures have high maximum load weight, but this maximum load weight isn't for aquariums. So don't use furnitures like metal shelves. Using these furnitures that aren't designed to hold heavy tanks may lead to unfortunate big accidents. Please be careful. It may depend on the size. If it's a tiny aquarium, shoe shelves and TV stands and other furnitures may do their job and be a substitute. But 60 centimeter tanks, or even 45 ones, are way too heavy for it. A 60 centimeter aquarium tank is over 60 kilograms. With the stones and soil, depending on the layout, it can be around 70 kilograms. It may not look as heavy, but it can easily bend the boards of the furnitures and break the aquarium. Even smaller 30 centimeter cubes can weigh over 30 kilograms. I know it looks small and not as heavy, but if you place them on furnitures that aren't designed for such mass, it can easily bend and cause accidents. So again, I strongly recommend you to purchase stands that are specifically designed to support the weight of a fully filled tank. Now, I want to introduce you to a product related to placing the aquarium. This is a product called Garden Mat by ADA. This mat is laid under the aquarium. Right now in my shop, I'm not using it for the sake of appearance, but I do recommend you guys to use it. This is an excellent product that helps the aquarium last a lot longer. I'll explain why. Even the boards of the aquarium stands are not completely even and flat. Also, if pieces of sand accidentally fall under the aquarium, it may cause the glass to crack. Laying this mat will prevent scratches and cracks on the floor of the aquarium from happening. This mat also prevents the aquarium from slipping. By using this mat, it will keep the aquarium safely in place. So please, lay a mat underneath to absorb the impact. It will help the aquarium last longer. If you're in luck and you live in a place near ADA shop is around you, I recommend you get this garden mat. Otherwise, for many of you without access to an ADA shop. I've pasted a link on the description below for further information on aquarium mats. Please refer to it. I have also pasted links with information on aquarium stands of different sizes and brands. If any of you are interested, feel free to check it out. You can learn about stands that are suitable depending on the size of your aquarium. Cracks in aquarium tanks can lead to big accidents, so it's extremely important to minimize the risk in advance by carefully consider how and where to place your aquarium before starting anything. Oh, and one more thing. Based on my experience, I can tell you there's a way to avoid algae efficiently. That is, not to pack the room full of aquarium. This can be said about other hobbies too, but people who love aquariums keep adding more and more to their collection. Like, they will start with a design and then try another layout with stones and driftwood, maybe some branches, and next try a thicker piece of driftwood. The collection just keeps growing and growing. Now, what do you think happens when you pack your room with the aquarium side by side? Well, it tends to make the maintenance of aquariums a lot more troublesome. With so much little space, removing these pipes aren't going to be easy. And then what happens is that maintaining your aquarium is going to be a bigger pain. And then your routine maintenance is going to be less frequent compared to when you had only a few aquariums. Also, often when you have an aquarium on top of each other, you focus too much on the upper one because it's more in your sight. Also, changing the water in an aquarium at the bottom is very time consuming. This just leads to a lack of maintenance and growth of algae. So, I want to emphasize again the importance of the ease of routine maintenance. I don't know if it's just me, probably not, but I take better care of the aquarium when it's simple and stress-free. Some of you might find it that way too. But generally speaking, the positioning of the aquarium to allow a hassle-free maintenance, for example, placing it so the filter can easily be removed and serviced, is a good tip to keep your aquariums clean. In my shop too, some of the aquariums are placed where my hands can barely reach, and even releasing these double taps is a big hassle. I have to be honest, these aquariums are often the last to be cleaned. So again, place the aquarium in a way where quick visual checks and regular maintenance is not a hassle and very easy, to ensure that the aquarium is very clean. Once the tank has been established, it's very hard to move it around. It's extremely heavy to carry it by yourself, and it could be dangerous to do so. Also, by moving it, it may mess up the layout and the aquascape you have created. So if you're considering to set up a new aquarium, always think carefully beforehand of where to place it. I hope this video reaches you before you start setting up your aquarium and is helpful to you in the future. If you still have unanswered questions regarding the setup of a new aquarium, feel free to comment below and I will make sure to read it. However, at this time, it is difficult for me to quickly reply to every one of you. I apologize in advance if your question doesn't get answered. But if a similar question gets asked multiple times, I will try to answer as another video focusing on the topic in a sort of Q&A style. So please don't be discouraged from asking. If you've learned something from this video, or if you've enjoyed watching this sort of content, please consider subscribing to the Wasabi Aquarium channel. Thank you for listening and hope to see you soon. Goodbye.